I guess we can go ahead and do that.
Third.
Line, it says that's that. The board?
Including the
Chief.
Right.
Isn't himself.
So that and then that one did to
I don't know about ISO rating.
Okay, so the 1995, I believe this is the report for it's the minutes of the 1995 meeting, I believe. And Article 8 says, to see if the town will vote to have the Board of Firewards appoint the fire chief for a term of 1 year. The Board of Firewards shall be a committee consisting of 7 persons, 6 of whom shall be residents of the town of Weare, who shall be elected for staggered 3-year terms at the annual meetings on the official ballot for the town of Weare. The 7th member shall be the fire chief then in office. Of the elected members, 3 members shall be representatives of the fire department. The fire chief shall appoint the necessary officers and any other members of the Weare Fire Department, or to take any action in relation thereto. And then there was discussion. William Herman moved the adoption of Article 8 as read. The motion was seconded. The Finance Committee has no recommendation. Steve Gilbert made a motion to amend the article and request a secret ballot vote. The moderator called for a vote on the original motion. Okay, to amend for a secret ballot. The ballot vote was taken and his amendment was defeated. The moderator then called for a voice vote on the original motion. The vote was in the affirmative, and reconsideration of Article 8 was restricted, so that was passed. So originally, when the town voted for the wardens, it was the selectmen appointed the fire chief. This amendment changed it to the wardens appointed the fire chief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yep, I'm good with that.
So both sentences need a word. The ideal candidate will be a strong.
Yep.
I think that the word be should be in there, will be
Yep.
a strong.
Agreed.
Yep.
Proven leader.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you want to fix the third paragraph?
Just strike per diem.
So is it compromised of on-call and career staff?
Yes.
And take everything else off? And is responsible providing?
Yep, that's all fine.
Now, Acting Chief Richards said he would take that last sentence off there. But that's up to you guys.
For the ISO?
Yeah.
2 stations and number of incidents.
I don't have a problem with removing it.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is
They're applying.
really
Ask the
interested, they should be able to find that information out on their
question. Or
own.
ask the question at an interview.
Yeah.
Sort of studying on the town.
It's an insurance rating.
Yep.
You can, I mean, I noticed that Bob just sent me over one to apply for, one of your full-time ones leaving, and he did put the number of incidents in 22, or 850 calls and emergency calls in 22. Do you
Yeah,
want to still put that?
I would
No.
just strike that whole last sentence.
I agree.
Anybody that's interested, it's easy enough to find.
Yeah, it'll be in the town report anyway.
Yep.
Looks-
I didn't provide any salary, so I'm not sure where the high end came from.
Now, it says the chief's expected to work 24 to 32 hours.
That's, I mean,
Our actual vote was 25 to 32 hours, if I remember.
okay.
Does that hurt with any retired prospective candidates?
It will if they think they're required to work 32.
No, I'm talking about the 25.
Yeah, so if you.
Can they go up to
if you
25?
retired in the system today, you have to stay 25
Or less, correct?
or less. Yeah,
But
they
20,
can
they
work 25.
can work 25
They
hours.
can work 25.
Okay.
Right.
That's if you find someone that's in the New Hampshire retirement. You wanna put at least 25 hours?
That was originally what we voted for.
It was, with some discussion amongst other people, it was suggested that if we put 24 to 32 and a retired person is looking at this, they're gonna say, well, they're expecting me to work up to 32 and I can't. So they will not apply. I'm not sure how to word that to,
The chief is expected to work at least 25 hours a week. Could still get your retiree guys.
right.
Yeah,
I guess if we say at least 25, that leaves the door
Yeah.
open, which, if we got somebody, say, that was had a, I don't know if they'd be able to do it and work another full-time job, but if they're not, actually, if they're not, the best situation for that would probably be somebody retired out of another state.
Right.
Out of Mass or something.
exactly.
Yeah,
But if you
so,
put at least, your door's open.
Yep.
okay.
You're not gonna do. So I don't know what your compensation, you guys had stuck 67.5, I didn't.
I think that 67.5 was the budget number,
I think so too, yeah.
but then with,
Insurance.
et cetera, the add-ons,
Benefits.
I believe the budget,
You also,
I believe the budget number was
if you're making
72.
emergency management, there's, I think, another $3,000 there, and,
Stipend.
But that comes from the selectmen, right?
no, you guys did the emergency management, well, the fire chief did the emergency management.
I know, but I think the selectmen appoint that,
They do.
yeah, as well as the forest fire warden. So, I know that, I'm pretty sure that the budget number was 67.5 for the pay, but with the FICA, et cetera, it was up around, I know it was over 70, so 72 might be that number.
Could be. But you know what, you also got your way out at the bottom.
Yep.
Right.
So you can see what's there, you're an equal opportunity, don't discriminate.
Right.
You guys can see what you get.
Okay.
All right. I'm good with those changes. I don't see anything else.
Population 9,156, look at that.
We'll get it started then. Get it
Sure.
out the door.
Okay, you got all the changes then?
I have, in the first paragraph, third sentence, says the chief is expected to work, and we put at least 25 hours per week. Second paragraph says the chief is appointed by the Board of Firewards. Then go down to the bold sentence and says the ideal candidate will, and add the word be before A, strong candidate, or strong proven leader. Go down to the third paragraph, and it says the Weare Fire Department's comprised of on-call and career staff, and is responsible for providing fire rescue and EMS first response. the rest is gone, and that's it.
That's what I have.
All right,
Good with
anybody want to make a motion that we approve that with the changes that Naomi mentioned?
I'll make a motion to approve the ad for the part-time fire chief with the changes that Naomi just said.
Second?
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Is there any further questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstain? Okay, so the next item that we had on here was correspondence. I thought we were gonna put, other business on there. Beth actually mentioned to me that we have the manifest ready. Do we wanna do that tonight?
As well, we're here.
So we'll do that, and while we're taking a look at that,
I think I've already signed it.
so the other thing that I would like to bring up, if it's okay with the consensus of the board, is I approached the selectmen recently about an article to change the makeup of the Board of Firewards to be put on the warrant. Is that something that we can bring up tonight, that I can bring up?
I see, sure.
Does anybody have an objection to that? Okay. In our discussions that we've had about conflicts, I have always believed that it's ethical for the board to have our discussions, our questions, our disagreements, and when we vote, we support the vote. But I've also said that, right along, that I've worked in other departments that have boards, and I've seen how they can work and how they don't work. And so, having seen conflicts come up that I believe detracts greatly from us having the ability to make decisions the way we should, for the best interests of the department and the town, I believe that we're into that area where it's time to make a change. And so I'm going to pass this out. It's an article that was drafted and presented to the selectmen. And so the discussion that they had and the questions that they asked were, what was the board's feeling on this, because they felt that if I was coming to them as a single person, that it should be done by petition article. And with everything so anyways, I had come to the decision that I believe that I needed to bring this up. So I don't know what the deadlines are and all that for these, but the selectmen said that they wanted to know what the board's feeling was. And so it's time's getting short, so I wanted to bring it forward if we could, to discuss and vote on it, whether we're going to support it or not as a board.
My opinion is if we're gonna change up the whole makeup, then why not just get rid of the board and have the fire department go underneath the selectmen? If we're gonna change the, you know what I mean? To where the police department doesn't have their own board, the highway department doesn't have their own board, kind of as a select board, kind of all, I mean, it would take effect a year from when it
Yeah,
was passed. So I don't think it's not like, we're gonna end it right now, you know what I mean? But I think if we're gonna make a change within the board, we should just ask for the voters to dissolve it. If we're gonna ask for anything.
Well, my issue immediately was with the conflicts that I was seeing.
No,
So that's what I was trying to address with that.
I mean, I see with that, but at that point, when this is just my opinion, that might as well just make the leap to give it to the selectmen, in my opinion. I do see where you're coming from, and I do understand it, but I just feel like it would be better as a dissolve the board and have the selectmen take over everything.
Is there any other discussion?
Just as a point, if Killian hadn't suggested that, I was going to. That's my feeling. We should
Okay.
disband.
Well, one of the things when I started this process was, so there was a possibility that we could have changed that part of it, maybe without having to wait the year under the laws of the state, but apparently in legal it was decided that we would still have to wait the year, so I'm not opposed to that at this point.
Okay. So, would you like a motion to amend this article?
To make it
That
just-
would be the start of it.
To just
We would
make
have
it
to,
so it dissolves the board and, right, so it dissolves the board, but it'd be a year after, is it voting? Is it year after the day of voting?
After the vote, yeah. And the reason for that is so that it doesn't impede the operation of the department.
Okay.
So,
All right, so I would move that we amend this proposed article, instead of changing the composition of the board, to disband the board.
then, and should we state that it would be put under the Board of Selectmen like the other departments in town?
Yep.
Would
Sure.
that be a good idea?
This would return control of the fire department to
I don't,
the Board of Selectmen.
24.
Oversight.
24.
24.
In 24, you'd have to still go
Yep.
till the next term.
so we would basically saying, change yeah, so we're basically almost changing the whole article.
Totally changing it.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're interested in too, Steve?
Yes,
As-
well, if that would work, I mean, if we have to wait the year, I was trying to do an incremental change that would help our situation, but I think it's a good move. It's worked fairly well, but we're evolving as a department. We've gone from a call department. We had per diem, now we have we are technically a combination department. We have full-time, we have call personnel. It's growing, the budget's growing. It's very difficult for members of the department to be the chief's boss, here, and then he be their boss in the course of the work. So I think that, and also, I think that putting it under the selectmen's control, like in every other department of town, streamlines the whole town. And also, although the town administrator has been bent over backwards to help us out where she could, it helps with the selectmen. She's their go-between for the department, so I believe it just makes it a lot easier for the operation. Is there any other questions or discussion?
Is there a second?
Oh, I'm sorry, motion? Second. Did you second that? No?
No, you
Okay.
I was going to if you did.
Oh, I did, okay, I'll second that. Sorry about that.
Can I
So-
just,
yeah.
so, you want, I'm just gonna make sure, the article would read, shall the town disband the Board of Firewards and return control back to the Board of Selectmen? If approved, this change would be effective 1 year from today.
Of the vote,
Yep.
Well, today is
Yeah.
on the vote.
okay.
Yep.
Is that what this one says?
Say
Yeah, 1 year
control.
from today.
Say oversight.
Okay. Is everybody clear on that? Is there any more questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Opposed?
Okay, abstain. So we have, I
I
didn't
said
get,
aye.
okay, so I have 4, 1, 0. Yeah. Right?
I opposed.
Okay,
Dave's opposed.
yeah. 4, 1, 0.
Yeah, now you're gonna finish up your manifest.
Thank you very much. You guys all set with that?
Pass that down.
Okay.
Dave and Dave.
Steve, do you have to make a motion to that or just sign it?
Yeah, we do. If it's there, I believe it's there.
It is.
You want to make that motion while you get it in front of you? It's right there on the bottom of the page.
Motion to accept the fire department's accounts payable manifest check dated 2/2/2023 in the amount of $1,172.91.
I'll second that.
Motion's made and seconded. Is there any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can you repeat the number, please?
$1,172.91.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And so let's do this again. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain. Okay. Passes unanimous. All right. We can finish that up. I know the selectmen got a meeting here, so we'll get out of their
Okay.
place. Is there anything else we need to
Yeah, for you.
discuss at this meeting? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion's
Second.
made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. I'll put the table back.
You want this